Hello, my name is Brian Crittenden, and today I'll be discussing the postmortem change that we know as Algor Mortis. Algor Mortis is defined as the second postmortem change that causes the cooling of the body. Algor Mortis is more complex than just the cooling of the body. Throughout this presentation, I will elaborate on my statement. Algor Mortis can play a part in the embalming process. As I said, it's not just the cooling of the body. There's many factors that contribute to algor mortis, and we'll get into this. The environment of the decedent and algor mortis go hand in hand. As I stated, it is more complex than just the cooling of the body. Now, algor mortis is influenced by several factors. Two factors including environment and clothing. If the decedent is in a colder environment, the body will be cool and stay cool to the touch. But if the decedent is in a hot or even room temperature room, the body will be cool, but the outside, the body will be warm to the touch. And if the decedent is in heavy clothing, the body will retain its body heat, causing the cooling time to decrease. Hello, many of you viewers may have questions right now, several questions, many that I may not be able to answer, but one question that I could answer is why does the body cool? Well, let me tell you why the body cools. Thermal regulation stops when the hypothalamus ceases functioning. And when this happens, the body then becomes an object, which exchanges heat with its environment. And cooling can be influenced by metal tables, beds, air circulation, and refrigeration. And air circulation is such as a fan, air conditioning. If the decedent had their window open and they left it open during the time of the passing, the air would come through there and circulate through. That's what I mean by air circulation. There are factors that can change the cooling rate, as in going slower or may move it faster. Obesity, clothing, and blankets that were on the decedent, those three can slow cooling. And obesity, it can actually slow cooling, or it can uneven the cooling, such as like if the decedent has a larger abdomen like myself, the fat stores the heat, and that area right there could still stay warm inside while the rest is cool. And then individuals, they cool faster. They don't have that fat that stores heat in, and you got to worry about that. And algor mortis sets faster. Hello, sir. Yes, I would take a sprinkle of algor mortis with my other postmortem changes, please. Now, algor mortis can have an interaction with other postmortem changes that our bodies go through after death. Rigor mortis can speed up during algor mortis. And the way it speeds up is if the environment is warm. If your decedent died and they sat in a room that was room temperature or had no air condition, uh, rigor mortis will set in a lot quicker. But if the decedent is in a cold environment or they were put into your care right after the passing and you're able to get them in refrigeration, rigor mortis hasn't fully set in yet and it won't for a little bit of time. Now, algor mortis can actually interfere with livor mortis as well, because algor mortis cools the body, and by it cooling the body, it cools the blood as well. And when that blood cools, it gets thicker, and the thickening of that blood can actually slow down the gravitational setting of the blood, which can lead to an uneven or lighter distribution of livor mortis on the decedent. Hello, and before we end our discussion on algor mortis, I would like everyone to keep in mind that it is not just the cooling of the body. It can actually affect rigor and liver postmortem changes. Weight, health, and environment play a big part in embalming. These factors impact embalmers by their strategy, by their fluid choice and injection sites. And it's also a rule of thumb to keep in mind that each case is unique from the other ones. Each case isn't the same. You're going to have complications. You're going to have different factors that contribute to the decedent and the embalming process. And that's just something you, as an embalmer, want to keep in mind all the time. Each case is unique and different from the other. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.